Hello and welcome to part 8 of my Detroit Become Human coverage, and we're back with Markus, and as you can see there's a news article about Connor on the screen there, and Markus is observing how androids are being treated, and if you're not a student of history you won't be aware of the sort of massive apartheid and separation that happened in America, for example, with people of colour, etc. So, real strong link here between the treatment of androids and the historical reality of the treatment of people of African descent, for example. Now, here Markus is having flashbacks to what happened in the kind of android graveyard, and what he's doing is he's actually decided to come and hunt down Jericho. Now, I'm afraid this probably isn't going to be the most interesting of the videos to watch, because basically you're running around looking for these little squares and getting clue updates, which will then give you a little picture to go look for with the next set of symbols until you get to Jericho. Actually in play it's not so bad, but yeah, this is kind of quite good the first time you play it. On repeat playthroughs it's not quite so compelling. Now there are potentially other options around, I guess, but I haven't explored too many like people you can talk to and other things you can see and possibly articles you can read. But anyway, again on the elevators here you'll see there's an Android only unit, so the segregation of Android from human is really pushing home, as I say, the parallels to our actual historical reality. And you can see how Markus, having gone from his rather sheltered, privileged background into this harsh, scrap heap, disposable, commodity culture where androids are treated as subclass citizens, you can see how maybe you'd get angry, and this is basically setting Markus on the path to kind of his independence fighter routine. Anyway, we found clue number 2, so we've now been updated to the next location to go to, and there's several bits around here that you can wander to look at, but I've already played this level, so I'm heading straight off for where I know it is, and you can see it from quite a distance away there. Anyway, it's up here on the left hand side after you've turned right, and it's right by Antic Games. So it can take a while to find the second clue, because the first one's pretty obvious. The second one is actually on the front of the building here, and we're going to be moving forward again. Now, once you get past this set of clues in the robot, the game gets a little bit more interesting, because you have to start calculating routes to take to get to where you can actually scan things a bit better. So here you go, and forgotten why I was having so much trouble here. Oh, that's right, I was remembering there was a clue on the chest and forgetting I had to do the one above the head, that's right. Anyway, sneak in, because the third symbol you need to scan is actually hiding behind a bit of debris, so we need to move that out of the way, and I believe it's this pallet on the left here. So we remove that, and we can then scan the final clue. Now I thought we might be going down the manhole cover here, but that's not actually the case. So there you go, clue updated. We're now looking for a symbol by a window. So if we look around and through here, oh, there it is. So how are we going to get the clues? Well, you need to actually get up on the sort of ledge there. So let's just scan this in. But we need to move some bits around to get to the third clue, because we can't actually see it from here. So, yeah, there you go, nice convenient bit of a trash can. So let's move this across and then hopefully we can get up onto the ledge, and we've then got some sort of little puzzling going on where this level gets a little bit more interesting. So anyway, there you go, a little bit of parkour there, and we need to get the final clue, which is just here. So now we're looking for Sparkle Cola or something, I think it is. So we're going to sort of have to cross over this chasm. So there's multiple routes, and Markus is going to calculate the optimal one. So a bit like Connor, a little bit of construction going on. So there you go. And then where are we going to go? Well, I'm going to go up to this bar here and then compute whether that's safe, and it is. So that's the route I'm going to take. So let's execute that action, and you will get various scenes like this for various characters where you can predetermine your route and then say, commit to that. Now on some activations it just does it automatically, on others you do have to actually do a couple of cursor moves, but it pretty much automates it. Anyway, we want to get to Sparkle City. There you go, not Sparkle Cola. So there's one of the symbols. The other one's just up here on the left, and the third one, a little bit trickier to find. It's actually sort of a negative space one, and oh, there you go, up now, just up a bit. It's just between Sparkle and City, and it's quite well hidden. Yeah, I know it's sort of around here somewhere. For some reason, when I'm playing this, I can't spot it, because I'm actually playing it on a telly. It shows up on the computer screen a little bit better. Oh, there you go. Not sure why I'm missing Sparkle City there. Yeah, there you go. So it's right there. There you go. Anyway, now we've done that, we need to go inside by the looks of it. So looking around, yeah, it's probably that little set of steps up there. Again, there are a couple of options to get there, and the first time you play this might be a little bit tricky because there are all sorts of routes you can take, and some of them you're going to fall over. So yeah, then up onto this little ledge, run across, leap up onto this shelfy type bit here, and then it's, where do we go? So we can leap off the wall, or we can leap straight to the ladder. Yep, so let's go for that. And commit. So we execute that. I'm not sure how much the androids are meant to weigh, because they're sort of a metal plastic computer AI thing, but I think they're mostly made from a kind of plastic composite material, so they're probably as heavy as a human, maybe a bit lighter, but they're definitely way stronger. Now this area has got some lovely lighting and fog effects, and it's got a beautiful sort of run-down feel, and yeah, it can take a little while to find some of the clues in here, even if you have done it before, particularly, as I say, when you're playing on a screen where maybe it's not shown up quite as well as you would like. And there are also the odd little sort of android lying around that you can interact with, and that's pretty cool. So, if I remember correctly, there it is. It's sort of not actually in one place, it's on the pillar and the wall. We have to get from just the right sort of angle to see it, so that's quite a clever little piece there. So we are now off to our next clue, so we need to do some interacting with some terrain and move on to, I think it's either the penultimate or actual final set of clues, I can't remember now. We'll find out shortly, and then we'll end up actually arriving in what we presume is Jericho, and that's a little bit interesting. So, yes, here you go. Jericho. So let's take the quick route, and maybe not. So we need to find an alternative access point. Well, there's a big crane up above, so why don't we try that? Right, so this is just a magnificent piece of cinematography here. You're looking into the sunset on a hazy kind of coastal region, and you've got the bridge off in the distance, really sort of evoking the iRobot feel. And yeah, we are going to take a leap of faith into Jericho. And if you look carefully, that is water, so you're not just leaping into space, which is what I thought from some of the trailers. When he leaps off here, like, he just sort of like floats and then of course plummets down. Okay, so we are now in Jericho. Let's see what it's all about. So let's penetrate deeper into the shipwreck. Now, it is a bit dark and dingy, so a light source is going to come in handy. You've also got a lot of these sort of doors to navigate around, which can be a little bit of a pain if you're trying to play one-handed, which you know, this game doesn't really work very well with. Now, we found a torch here, so that's going to help us, and it's one of these sort of shake to charge up ones, so that's not bad. Anyway, prepare for some jump scares and some real kind of dark, dingy, you know, rubbishy looking areas. Lots of sort of weird noises in the background. And, you know, it's a fairly linear sort of route, this level, but it gives you the sort of illusion of choice. But, I mean, the effects here, again, another standout moment. Oh, a little bit of a jump scare there, something running across. And they sort of disappear through here, so we're now in what's probably the engine room, and yeah, lots of creaking, groaning and dinginess. And Markus is going to have a bit of a bad day right now. Ooh, that wanted to stop. Anyway, we have now arrived in the depths of Jericho, and we are going to meet some other people who live here, and that will be it for this scene. So see you in the next video.
Welcome to Jericho.